Space, the final frontier, vast and mysterious, stretching endlessly beyond what the eye can see. It is silent, cold, and indifferent to human ambition. In the late 1960s, humanity was just learning to explore it, taking its first tentative steps beyond Earth's cradle. The Apollo program was our ship to the stars, and after Apollo 11's triumph, lunar missions began to feel almost routine, at least to those watching from home. Apollo 12 succeeded, and the world's attention drifted, as if landing on the moon had become just another headline. But the universe is never routine. It's full of wonders and dangers, always ready to remind us how small and fragile we are. Apollo 13's mission was to land at Framaro, a region promising secrets about the moon's ancient past, clues to the origins of our solar system. Scientists hoped that samples from Framaro would unlock mysteries buried for billions of years, offering a glimpse into the early days of the moon. The crew would spend more time on the surface and travel farther than ever before, pushing the boundaries of exploration and human endurance. On April 11, 1970, the Saturn V rocket stood ready, a colossal machine, the most powerful ever built, its engines promising to hurl men and metal beyond Earth's grasp. The launch was a spectacle of fire and thunder, drawing crowds and cameras, but to many, it was just another mission in a string of successes. Odyssey and Aquarius, the spacecraft, separated and began their journey, each module playing a vital role in the complex ballet of space travel. For 2 days, all was smooth. The crew, Jim Lovell, Jack Swigert and Fred Haise, worked, joked, and broadcast from space. The mission seemed flawless, a testament to human ingenuity and teamwork. But space is unpredictable, calm one moment, chaos the next. Even the best-laid plans can unravel in an instant. Apollo 13 was about to prove there's no such thing as a routine trip to the moon. Every journey into the unknown carries risks, and sometimes the universe reminds us just how extraordinary and perilous these missions truly are. At the heart of every mission are the astronauts, the explorers. They are the ones who carry the hopes and dreams of a nation, venturing into the unknown with courage and determination. The crew of Apollo 13, known as Odyssey, was no exception. Commander Jim Lovell, a veteran of 3 previous flights, was calm and respected. His steady hand and experience made him the natural leader of the mission, and he was admired by both his crew and the team on the ground. This was to be his crowning achievement, walking on the moon, a dream he had carried for years. Lovell's journey had been long, and this mission was meant to be the pinnacle of his career. Jack Swigert, command module pilot, was a last-minute replacement for Ken Mattingly, who was grounded due to measles exposure. Swigert had only days to prepare, stepping into a role that demanded both technical skill and nerves of steel. Swigert was skilled, but had little time to train with the team. Despite the pressure, he quickly adapted, determined to prove himself worthy of the mission and his crewmates' trust. Fred Haise, lunar module pilot, was a rookie in space but an expert on the lunar module. His deep technical knowledge and calm under pressure made him an invaluable asset, even though this was his first journey beyond Earth. Each man brought unique strengths: Lovell's experience, Swigert's quick thinking, Haise's technical mastery. Together they balanced each other, forming a team greater than the sum of its parts. Together they formed a team ready for anything. Their camaraderie and trust would be tested in ways they could never have imagined. Their bond would be tested beyond imagination. In the face of crisis, they would have to rely on each other more than ever before. Lovell's steady leadership, Swigert's adaptability, and Haise's deep knowledge would prove vital. Every decision, every action would count in the struggle to survive. Fate had assembled a crew uniquely suited for crisis. Their combined skills and personalities would be the key to overcoming the impossible. They were about to face the ultimate test. The world would soon watch as they fought for their lives and for the success of their mission. The mission would demand every ounce of their skill and courage. Every moment would challenge their training, their resolve, and their unity as a crew. The real challenge was about to begin. Odyssey's crew was about to embark on a journey that would test the very limits of human endurance and ingenuity. 56 hours into the mission, Apollo 13 was gliding through the vast emptiness of space, its crew unaware that their journey was about to take a dramatic turn. By this point, Apollo 13 was over 200,000 miles from Earth, so far that our planet looked like a tiny blue marble, suspended in the darkness. After a routine TV broadcast to Earth, Mission Control requested a simple procedure: stir the cryogenic oxygen tanks, a task performed many times before on previous missions. Jack Swigert, the command module pilot, reached over and flipped the switch, expecting nothing unusual. Suddenly, a sharp, thunderous bang echoed through the spacecraft. The entire module shuddered violently, startling the crew. Warning lights blazed across the control panels. Through a small window, the astronauts saw a ghostly cloud of precious oxygen venting into the void, life support literally leaking away. The crew was stunned, their minds racing. Had they been struck by a meteoroid? Was it a catastrophic equipment failure? No one knew for sure. Commander Jim Lovell grabbed the radio and calmly reported, "Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here." His words would soon become legendary. Back on Earth, Mission Control's screens showed catastrophic drops in oxygen and power. The numbers plummeted, confirming the crew's worst fears. At first, engineers hoped it was just a faulty sensor or a minor glitch. But, as the data kept falling, the reality set in. This was a life-threatening emergency. Later investigations revealed the cause: a damaged wire inside Oxygen Tank 2 had sparked during the stirring, igniting insulation and causing a violent explosion. The blast tore away a side panel, crippled the service module, and instantly doomed the mission's original goal of landing on the moon. The command module was dying, its power and life support systems rapidly failing. The dream of walking on the moon was over in an instant. Now, the focus shifted to survival. Inside the cramped capsule, the astronauts scrambled to assess the damage, while Mission Control raced to come up with a plan. Every moment was critical. The crew in Houston now faced a new, unthinkable mission: bring Apollo 13 home safely. Every second counted, and every decision could mean the difference between life and death. Around the world, millions watched in suspense as a routine lunar mission transformed into a desperate struggle for survival. The fate of 3 astronauts hung in the balance. The true test of ingenuity, courage, and teamwork had just begun. The explosion threw Apollo 13 into chaos. The command module was losing power and oxygen fast. The only goal: get the crew home alive. Houston ordered the command module shut down to save its batteries for re-entry. The astronauts moved into the lunar module, Aquarius. Designed for 2 men, for 2 days. Now a lifeboat, for 3, for nearly 4 days. Aquarius wasn't built for this. Its systems were basic, its resources limited. The crew had to use the lunar module to control the crippled stack, a near impossible task. One wrong move could send them drifting into space forever. Water and power were scarce. The crew rationed everything, enduring dehydration and freezing temperatures. The cabin became a cold, dark prison. Every action was a gamble for survival. The astronauts in Houston had to improvise at every step. The race against time had truly begun. While the crew fought to survive, Mission Control in Houston became a hive of innovation. Led by Flight Director Gene Kranz, the team refused to accept defeat. Failure is not an option. Engineers rewrote the flight plan in real time, inventing new procedures for navigation and power. Every step was tested on simulators before being relayed to the crew. One critical task: using the lunar module's engine to adjust course, a maneuver never before attempted. With navigation systems off, the crew aimed the spacecraft using the sun as a guide. Houston's instructions were their lifeline. Communication and trust between ground and crew were absolute. Every solution was a product of teamwork and creativity. The partnership between Earth and space was their salvation. Against impossible odds, they worked as one. Humanity's ingenuity was on full display. As the crew huddled in Aquarius, a new threat emerged: carbon dioxide. The lunar module's filters used square canisters. The command modules were round. With 3 men aboard, the square filters were running out fast. Houston had to make a round filter fit a square hole, using only what was on board. Engineers improvised with a flight manual cover, plastic bags, a hose, and duct tape. The result: a makeshift mailbox filter. The astronauts built it, installed it, and it worked. Carbon dioxide levels dropped. Ingenuity had saved the crew, again. With the air safe, the journey home was still brutal. The crew looped around the moon, slingshotting back to Earth. Inside Aquarius, it was freezing, just above 38 degrees Celsius. The astronauts were exhausted, dehydrated, and cold. Water was rationed to 6 ounces a day. Fred Hayes developed a painful infection. Sleep was nearly impossible in the cramped, icy cabin, yet they had to stay sharp for course corrections and re-entry prep. The command module had been shut down for days. Restarting it was risky. Condensation threatened to short-circuit the systems. Houston devised a new power-up sequence, never tested before. The crew transferred power from Aquarius to Odyssey, step by step. Every move was critical. The final hurdle was near. As Apollo 13 neared Earth, the world watched and waited. The mission had become a global drama. Everyone was invested. Families of the astronauts endured public agony, clinging to every update. The Cold War paused. Even the Soviets offered help. Prayers were said worldwide. The mission's technical jargon became household language. The final challenge, re-entry. The crew jettisoned the damaged service module and saw the devastation. Then, they released Aquarius, their lifeboat. Back in Odyssey, they prepared for a fiery descent. No one knew if the heat shield was intact. If it failed, they'd burn up on re-entry. The world held its breath. The final moments were the tensest of all. Odyssey hit Earth's atmosphere at 25,000 km/s. Radio blackout. 3 minutes of silence stretched to 4. Had the heat shield failed, then a crackle. Parachutes blossomed over the Pacific. Cheers erupted in Houston and around the world. Apollo 13 was home. Exhausted, but alive. The mission was called a successful failure. They didn't land on the moon, but they survived the impossible. Ingenuity, teamwork, and courage triumphed. The crisis taught NASA vital lessons for the future. Houston, we've had a problem, became a symbol of calm in crisis. Apollo 13 reminded us, space is dangerous, but the human spirit is resilient. Even in our darkest moments, innovation and teamwork can lead to our finest hour.